Alright guys, welcome back to episode 11 of our Planet Nomads playthrough. In the last episode, we went through a huge ocean to get to over here. Now it looks like we might have to repeat the same thing. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work this time because I feel like we kind of have run our luck. But let's see if we can get over to this other little area and continue going south, because that's kind of what we want to do here. Is we just kind of want to move in kind of like the north-south axes, because that's really the only way you can find new materials. And so hopefully we will be able to make it up this steep slope. Looks like we're crawling, but I think we can make it. And so, I mean, we did add some battery power, which makes it a lot easier to do this. I mean, our vehicle just kind of crawls up the slopes, but I mean, at least it does it now, and it still does it slower than I guess walking. And it seems like in this episode, update, they did something to the food. Because one thing I've noticed is that like our hunger drops really fast. I've been replenishing it like 25 at a time, but it seems like 25 nutrition just does not go nearly as far as it did in the last update. Not 100% sure. I don't have anything to back up that claim, but that's just my thought on the update. But it's still like the update we explored a couple episodes ago. And it looks like we might actually just do a couple island hops here, because it seems like we're kind of getting into this, I guess, biome where everything kind of gets broken up by water. Hopefully we don't run into too much water, because I really don't want to do a whole episode of just going through an ocean. But it looks like in order to continue, we're going to have to do it again. So before we do that, I'm just going to do this little pro tip. If you get out of your vehicle, it stops. I mean, I don't really know what percentage, or like if there's like a threshold to that. Okay, well, we don't want to go down right there, because that's going to open to a giant chasm basically. So we're gonna have to go this way a little bit, it looks like. Maybe this way. I don't know. It's just we can't go that way. I'm getting really worried about this whole underwater thing, because it's actually feels like we might be running our luck with the success of this, because I mean, the thing about driving this above ground is that if we get stuck, it's not that big of a deal. Like if we flip over, it's a different story, and we're gonna have to start building some complicated stuff. But if we just kind of if we got stuck in something like that, I don't think we could be able to get out of it, because we can't, or at least from my understanding, we can't really breathe underwater that well. So we're gonna have to be very careful. So I'm taking it very slowly through this too. Looks like I'm going really fast, but I mean, for the terrain that we're going through, not really speeding through, because I could just blast through this. It's just like we'd hit something probably, or we would get stuck very easily, but I don't want to do that, because that is very aversive to our safety. The other thing I don't like about doing this is the visibility is extremely limited. As I almost hit that, see, like we have these like deep underground chasms that we really can't see until we're right on top of them, which is why I'm also trying to do this mostly in the daytime. As you can see, sometimes it like rains and the visibility goes down and it gets darker. Don't particularly like that. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna kind of slowly do it. It looks like we're actually already maybe almost at the other island. Because it looks like we're going up a deep thing, but we also have that kind of blocking our path that we're going to have to very carefully maneuver around. I'm very scared of hitting stuff under here too, because if you hit stuff, sometimes it will bounce your vehicle, and that's not very good because it can bounce us into a place where we will get stuck, and I really don't want that. We're actually now 3,000 kilometers, or 3,000, or 3 kilometers away. I said 2,000 kilometers in one of the previous episodes, which I didn't really mean to do. This looks like we hit like an underwater plateau. Oh shit, we're going to save. That's not very good because we don't have control really until it gets done saving, which is actually a very large problem with this game, I think. Alright, looks like we were okay this time around. I appreciate this game. Like, I really enjoy it. It's just one of the things I don't really care much for is how you save in this game. Like, it completely stops you, and it doesn't stop everything, and it doesn't really give you essentially any time to, I guess, react, because it just freezes and then it goes, and it seems like everything is kind of faster for the first, like, second. And that kind of worries me. So it looks like we might have hit another biome. I don't think we did, but who knows. Looks like we're just going underwater a lot. Ooh! Getting close. I think we're about to... Nope. I think that's just another hill. Let's see if we need to continue uphill, because there's a chance we miss the island, and that would not be good. I don't think we did, but we will see. Because it looks like we're about to break the water surface right here. Alright, so we hit a little sandbar. Turns out the island is actually fairly far away from where we were before. I just thought it was going to be another little hop, because I was hoping like maybe we'll hop a couple islands and we'll get somewhere, and it turns out we're like hopping the entire ocean. One of the nice things is we do have that added what's it called, power to our vehicle, because if we didn't, we would be screwed. Like, to be completely honest, we would not be in great shape, because we would actually just be stuck right now. Like this, like the previous version of the vehicle really couldn't do that. So we're actually have to go back underwater. Yeah, sometimes we have to drive it in first person because it won't let us look underwater until we hit the surface. And it's really odd that the water surface breaks so commonly. Ooh, there we are. Looks like we're still in the same biome though, which is actually kind of disappointing. I was hoping by the end of this episode we'd get somewhere new, but it doesn't look like the game really wants to do that for us today. But yeah, I mean, I really appreciate that we did upgrade our vehicle, because if we didn't, this would, like, literally the last episode would have been the last episode of this playthrough, because we probably would have basically done irreversible damage to our run. And my cat is back up here again. I have a little kitten named Ollie. He likes to help me sometimes. Probably, I pet him too much, you'll probably hear him purr, which is already kind of annoying, because I think you can hear the water running through the pipes of my house. But he really likes to help me play games. I thought about, like, it's at the point where, like, I almost want to put a camera, like, on my desk, because sometimes he'll just kind of pop up and watch me, because he likes the things moving on the screen a lot. He'll kind of paw at them and stuff. It's a really cute cat, but sometimes he does kind of get on my nerves when I'm actually trying to work, essentially, because like I want to, you know, focus on this, and I just sit there and have a cat kind of pawing at things. Well, isn't this great? Okay, so this terrain looks pretty rough. I'm gonna go this way and see if we can find something a little bit easier to get through, because it looks like through that we're going to have to dodge quite a few canyons. because even though they said they were going to fix it, the maps are still kind of Swiss cheese right now. There's a lot of just holes you can just drop through without really trying to. I think there's actually another one at the top of this hill. Yep. So I have to be very careful. I have to do some Need for Speed like drifting or something here as we hit 4 kilometers. Yeah, ooh. Actually heading in the opposite direction we're supposed to be going, but we need somewhere our vehicle can get through. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, 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 no. Let's avoid that one. Oh shit. Oh shit. Please land upright. Please land upright. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And we crashed. Okay, well. Let's see here. Let's look at let's get out and judge our surroundings. So, looks that maybe our vehicle is screwed. I really didn't see that one coming. Looks like we're also in a deep chasm, which is also not very helpful for us. We're 4,000 miles away from home, and we have crashed. So, I think that is a fair cutoff point, because at this point, we're going to essentially have to rebuild our vehicle. It's not that big of a problem. See, people complain. They're like, well, if you hit your vehicle on something, you're screwed. And if you spend a lot of time on your vehicle, because if we just built like a huge thing, huge mobile base, we would have been screwed. But luckily, I kind of designed this for simplicity just for this reason, because now what we're going to have to do is we're going to build a jack, have to rebuild this, and we're going to have to keep going. But I don't want to do that in this episode, because that is going to take quite a bit of time, and I think it'd be better to just cut it off here. So if you want to watch this series some more, go ahead, follow my channel, subscribe to my channel depending on what site you're on. Go ahead and give it a like, upvote if you're on vote, or not vote, but fucking vid me. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.